Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Oh boy, have I been excited to make this video. I've actually had this specific video in mind for multiple months at this point, but couldn't really make it until now because, well, you'll see shortly. So if you've seen some of my other vids, you may remember me talking about this one Discord server called Unidentified Media Central. It's basically the search hub for out of the way / whatever other nickname for the song you want to give it, as well as other pieces of unidentified media, from pictures to lost waves to videos to cats for some reason. And all of these channels are completely irrelevant to this video. Instead, we'll be talking about a completely different channel in UMC, the Song Eliminations. The way this thing works is that every month, all lost waves solved in the previous month, on condition that they were both uploaded by Q, and not a hoax nor any other sort of blacklisted solve, all those are compiled into a list, and every day, the people in the server vote their least favorite solve of the selection, and the song with the most votes is eliminated. This happens every day until only one song remains, and that song is crowned the winner of whatever month it's from. Now, this event started in November 2024 when the members of the server came together to vote for the favorite solve of October that year. Since then, 11 more months would go by and give us a new winner, so I thought, why not rank all the winners? So, one might be wondering, hey Dabo, if all these songs are the best solve of every month, wouldn't it be super hard to rank all these? To that I say, you have way too much faith in humanity. Sometimes the goofballs in the server decide it would be super funny if they let an unfinest win. Occasionally, I'm just not that huge of a fan of what won, even if it's actually a normal song, or maybe the selection of songs that were solved that month just wasn't super strong. To be fair though, the server has a few times gotten their collective brain cell together and chose what I think deserved to win, including what I think is probably my favorite lost wave solve of all time. So yeah, with all that out of the way, let's get started. This was an easy last place. I don't even think the people who wanted this song to win this round of eliminations the song came from would complain about this placement. This is none other than the winner of January 2025 Troglodyte's Chip Bag by Uni, formerly Chip's diss track.
Oh. Hey, Chips, I think you're pretty shit. Yeah, and you smell like piss. You say she's your girlfriend. Why is she?
Yeah, January of 2025 wasn't the strongest month for solves, but I'm somehow still disappointed. Yep, of course the crappy joke rap song was the one to win. Now, can I see the enjoyment? Kinda. I do like the zinger of the line, you say she's your girlfriend, why is she on my Minecraft server then? That's kinda funny, but that's about it in terms of compliments. I guess in terms of the search of the song, from what I can gather, the song was originally a diss track on someone in some sort of object show community or something. Then the song would make its way onto a Discord server for object shows, and then became part of a meme without any attribution, and then it made its way to the Lost Wave community, and then Q uploaded the snippet, and then it got solved, and then the very intellectual people here decided it was better than Such a Pity, Love on the Rhythm, and basically every other solve that month, which all deserve to win more, to be honest. Now, I will say there is one unfortunate aspect to the song that none of the other songs on this list have, and that's the fact that it's still mostly lost. Others later on might only have versions surviving that are missing a few seconds or non-ideal quality, but all those others have enough to them to still give a generally full experience. This one, however, we still only have the original 19 seconds. Now, from what I can gather, copies of the song do exist, but the original creator of the song doesn't want the full thing to be shared, which is definitely kind of unfortunate, but I'm not losing sleep over us not having the full version of, let me remind you people, a song called Troglodyte's Chip Bag. Yeah, I doubt anyone's going to be mad at me for this placement. It's just an unfinest former lost wave that is even inferior to other unfinests, including the other one we're going to talk about later in this video. Overall, not a great song, but my placement of this won't get me killed. This next one might though.
Ow! I burned my hand! At night.
So this placement might be pretty controversial since it's a song generally well liked in the community that I still see people make cheeky references to from time to time. And believe me, I want to love the song as much as everyone else, but I'm sorry, I'm just not that big of a fan of the winner of December 2024, At Night by Strike, formerly waiting for the countdown. I'm sorry guys, but I don't like this. This isn't even the other Unfinest song that won one of the Olymps. I just controversially don't like this song. It's got good framework, and there are aspects of the song I enjoy, but in general, the song just isn't my thing. The vocal performance is fine, I suppose, but it feels a bit lacking and sometimes feel a bit annoying at times. The choruses are probably the best part of the song, but I still feel like they're still kind of lacking. Oh, did I mention the fact that the instrumental is pretty boring? It's forgivable for the parts where Strike's vocalist is singing, but if we think I'm actually going to enjoy listening to, then you must have the missing Strike tapes wedged in your frontal lobe. Oh yeah, I guess I might as well discuss the history of the song. Yeah, one of those songs recorded off the radio by the famous O.P. Guglielm, and also New York 80s, but who cares. And this one in particular got popular enough to warrant a Fun My Mind channel, and eventually people found this one band called Strike, and then some songs of theirs which sounded similar, and eventually contact was made with a few of the band members and confirmed it was their song At Night. And then Guglielm confirmed he had tagged the song as by Strike, so the song was confirmed solved. This was one of those other cases where we don't have the best quality recording, and a few seconds are presumably missing from any copies of the song we have nowadays, which does suck, but as you could imagine, I don't really care. Overall, I don't really like At Night by Strike, but I guess enough people did to make the song win. It's kind of annoying though, since there were plenty of songs I would have preferred to have win this month over waiting for the countdown. Rocket Baby on top, of course, but I wouldn't have minded other songs like Zip to Paya or Under My Door. Either way, it's better than Troglodyte, Chip Bag, and that's all that matters.
Bill Clinton once fucked an intern in the Oval Office, and for some stupid reason, people got all mad about it.
Okay, now for the other song, which I imagine y'all were expecting to be placed below At Night. This time being the winner of the May 2025 Song Olymps, Wanna Be an Intern by Hillman in the Morning, formerly Be My Intern.
I wanna really wanna do a young intern. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta lie to the press. If Hillary should find out, it will be a mess. If you wanna see the White House.
Yeah, this one's the other Unfinest in the ranking video, and it's by far the superior Unfinest to the other one. It's way funnier, if a bit raunchy. It has a more impressive vocal performance thanks to the nature of the whole Bill Clinton impression being pretty spot on. Yeah, this is an Unfinest that brings me a lot of enjoyment. With that being said though, it is just a parody of Wanna Be Up by Spice Girls with Bill Clinton jokes, and there are certainly other songs in May that deserve to win more. Most notably, The More You Give Us Money / 80 song, but I also would have preferred others like Take Me Girl and Que Donde Estas. But I guess I'll talk about this song's history, curse my own rules. Basically, this song was passed around on file sharing sites, misattributed to Weird Al. Naturally, this not being nearly as good as a Weird Al song, he obviously didn't make it. And nothing super noteworthy happened until someone pointed people in the direction of the Greg Hill radio show. Eventually, evidence of a CD filled with Clinton parodies of songs, including a Spice Girls parody, was found, and eventually, the dude who did the Clinton impression, Kevin Barbera, was contacted and confirmed it was him singing, thus solving the song. Overall, Wanna Be My Intern is absolutely a song that didn't deserve to win, but you know what, I still really enjoy it because it's pretty gosh darn funny. October 2024, the first month whose winner got the UMC Song Eliminations treatment. And well, I gotta say this month wasn't super exciting. The most notable and popular result of that month was probably the short 5-second snippet nicknamed Words That Try to Resurface, which ended up being the song Red Onion by Love Battery. Lo and behold, that was the song that won. So what's there to say about this song? Well, the vocals are good, there's a good guitar after the words resurfacing part. I don't know. What about the search? Someone recorded 5 seconds of the song off the radio and people got interested and tried searching for it, and then the guy who originally posted the song ended up finding it himself. I gotta be honest, this song generally isn't super interesting. It's good, not denying that, but nothing I'm actively getting excited over. Therefore, instead of talking about this song more, I'm going to use the rest of the segment to talk about the song that I think should have won October 2024's Elims by a landslide. Easy With You by Tom Pace, formerly Sing Another Love Song. Oh my god, this song is so beautiful. The vocals are stellar, the instrumental is relaxing but gorgeous. The song overall has an amazing vibe. I'd say it's something that I can fall asleep to, but in the way that a fluffy pillow and blanket would help you sleep. This is one of my favorite Lostwave songs of all time. Heck, I'll say it's my favorite solve of 2024, and my second favorite solve across all time. And my favorite is, well, you'll just have to wait. Anyways, this song is beautiful and amazing. And what do you mean this was third to last place? Come on! Yeah, losing to WTTTR is one thing, but third to last in the entire month? Are you people from slightly over a year ago out of your mind? Anyway, yeah, Red Out by Love Battery is indeed a Lostwave song that I have some mild enjoyment of.
See, we were all just little nebulae in a nursery from supernovas, now we've grown into our history.
Okay, we're starting to get to the songs I'm beginning to particularly like. March 2025 was a decent month for Lostwaves. I mean, it was the first month where a song from one of the top 10 vids I made got solved, that being the solve of Every Time I Look Away. There were a few other notable solves, including stuff like Run High and a few others. Regardless, the song that ended up winning is none other than the song History Book by Ripoff, formerly History Book.
History book. Every time that they pull your hair or ask you what size dress you wear, that's in the history book.
Yeah, History Book is pretty good. Yeah, the song is mostly pretty memorable, thanks to the way the song works. The vocals are pretty strong on this song, and it fits pretty well. There's some pretty good guitar in here as well. I kind of wish the final instrumental was either shortened or just cut completely, though it just makes the song drag a bit, but still not too bad. After the search, this song was recorded off the Peter Torst radio show, where the song was announced to be as, well, History Book by Ripoff. And this kind of leads into a bit of a Lostwave related pet peeve I have, that being when a song is specifically announced or labeled as being by some band, but oh no, we can't confirm that this band exists. That must mean it's a Lostwave. And then it turns out that said band absolutely did exist, and the search kind of had it for no reason. Yeah, that was the deal with this song. Ripoff was confirmed to exist as a band and had a song called History Book that sounded exactly like this song. So, yeah. One other thing I'll mention is that this song, of all the songs to win any of these elims, is the only song to never receive a single vote. Every other song has at least one person who at one point in time thought the song should have been eliminated in that specific round. I imagine it's due to the circumstances surrounding this win that caused it to not get any votes, since the round before, the other two remaining songs ended up tying, with no votes going to History Book. As a result, the other two songs got eliminated and History Book won. If you're wondering, I was Team Tear It Up between the two songs that tied, and I think I would have preferred it to win over History Book as well. Plus, I'd also at least put Every Time I Look Away above it as well, and I probably would have wanted that to win that month when it first took place, although nowadays I'm more of a Fight by Joe Strickland kind of guy. Regardless, History Book by Ripoff is a pretty solid song with a decent amount of things to like about it. I won't beat around the bush too much on this one. Next is the winning song from April 2025, and probably the most deserving win thus far, Foxes in Boxes by Lamia, formerly Foxes in Boxes.
You become someone who stands for something else. Body center association. Never another message to send. And right behind the implication. Someone who stands for something else.
This song is really just pretty solid overall. Lamia gives a great vocal performance, and while some aspects of the instrumental are a bit underwhelming, it works pretty well. I also have to give some credit to the writing here. It's probably some of the better songwriting among the songs in this list. My problem with the song is that it does drag on a bit toward the end with an instrumental outro that overstays its welcome, especially with the quality of the violin worsening towards the later parts of it. Overall, though, a good song. I still don't think this was the most ideal winner, though, since even back then, I might have narrowly preferred Something's Coming Over Me to win, but I honestly think the best solve nowadays is I'd Rather Be a Rockstar. Yes, I like the full version, so sue me. Despite this though, I'm not mad about the song winning. The song is, of course, easily one of the better solves in April, but more importantly, this song had been in verification hell for a ridiculously long time before we got full confirmation on this one. Oh yeah, the story behind the song. Basically, this song was a mystery song found in a CD, and eventually, a song called Lamia was brought up. Considering the fact that she had a copyright entry for a song called Foxes in Boxes, plus her other songs sounding very similar, it was more than likely her. Lamia had, sadly, passed away a few years before, so she couldn't be reached. Thus, the song was confirmed until someone realized the writer of the song confirmed that Lamia hadn't made it before. So yeah, solve. Seeing a song get out of verification hell after so long was great, and while the song is the last song infamous for being in verification hell for a long time before it was solved, it was still cool we got closure on this mystery. Overall, a song with an interesting story that also is pretty good. R.I.P. Lamia, you will be missed. Okay, so before we continue into the top half of this ranking, holy crap, I have been procrastinating so hard on this. The reason why is, well, I mean, there's a bit of school, a bit of working on, a bit of renovating at my grandparents' house. Other than that, I really have no excuse. I really should have gotten this out like a month earlier. So, you know what can I really do about this situation? I know, make an extra long segment in this video that is, that'll just make things way longer. Yeah, so I'm gonna rank all the losers now. Like, by that I mean everything that got last place. Well, everything last place, from September and before that. I am not ranking anything in October. Like, I probably could include it in this video, but this is supposed to be celebrating a year of the song eliminations, even though this is really late, but screw it. It's just gonna be 12 songs, and besides, that's really enough to make me go absolutely insane. Yes, I have listened to every single one of these songs in full. Yeah, most of these are not good. Like, as you could probably guess, these are what the community deemed the worst songs of the entire month, and they disagree for some of them, but with a lot of them, yeah, most of them absolutely deserve it. Basically, it's mostly not good at all for the most part. Mostly. There is actually one song that I actually kind of like that ended up getting last place in one of these months. That, of course, being the last place song of January 2025, Si Me Va by El Gato Gitano, formerly Me Va. Yeah, honestly, this is just a really fun song. Like, it's definitely a unique genre for Lostwave. We don't really get any sort of songs in this genre. I just really like it. I like the performance, I like the instrumental, everything about it works, and honestly, it might be better than all the songs I've talked about in the main ranking, which is kind of surprising to say, I gotta say. Anyways, everything else here is worse than Chip's diss track. Yeah. Of course, some of them are kind of close, like the last place song of May 2025, It's Just One of Those Days by Major League, formerly Bronx Stories. Yeah, this is like kind of mid-rap song. I don't think it deserved to get last place in this month, but still, I don't know, man, it's just not that interesting. In third place, we have the last place song of November 2024, the instrumental version of Trop Bien Pour Moi by Gilberto Grada, formerly 80s Lion Funk instrumental. It's just like a generic 80s synth pop instrumental, which generic 80s synth pop is pretty good for generic, but still, it's just super generic, Anyway, so the next 5 songs are all just completely standard 90s, 2000s electronic songs that are just, mostly pretty long for the most part. The best of these is definitely, forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, Try Niet Omheen, the dance edit of it by Monique Slater, formerly Hold Me Close. That's the last place song of April 2025. It's only 4 minutes long. It's kind of nice for snaps. It's super generic. All of these are super generic. Like, for example, the last place song of October 2024, the first song to ever get eliminated in the song eliminations, Loops of Infinity Tripomatic Fairy Tales Remix by Cosmic Baby, formerly Shortwave Beats. I don't know what to say at this point, man. Like, next is Singe by Never, the last place song of September 2025, formerly Mumfty August 2023. I don't know, it's kind of repetitive. What can I really say about all these? Next we have the last place song of February 2025, Freshly Squeezed Original Mix by Steph, formerly Groovy Disco Instrumental. Oh boy, 7 minutes. You can tell why I'm absolutely going insane. Next we have the last place song of August 2025, Around the World Global House by East 17, formerly yes. I guess like a bit different from like the other super generic songs, but it still does not impress at all. But you know what? I can give all the songs that I just listed here some credit. I didn't actively dislike them while I was listening. I cannot say that about the final 4. Next we have the last place song of March 2025, the Armed Response Credits theme by Thomas Chase, formerly 80s Mystery. I'm sure this works as an end credits theme for a movie, but as a Lostwave song, it's just so boring. But if there's anything that's boring here, the last place song of June 2025, Love Floats by Bohannon, formerly RT101 DJ Mix Track. Oh my god, what are we doing with our lives, people? This is just, it's only 2 minutes, but it just like starts out kind of nice, but then you realize that this song is just completely nothing, like, for the rest of it. Well, not completely nothing. We're gonna get to what completely nothing actually is soon enough, but Geez, like, oh man, this song just sucks. Like, I'm glad it exists because Al's rhythm of it all somehow would have gone last place. Like, I don't know, back on second to last place. But still, this is just so... Oh, and we haven't even gotten to the worst songs here. The two songs that I think are just completely terrible in basically every way and have basically no positives. The last place song of July 2025, Tribes by Waz, formerly Experimental Electronic Bits 1. This is 6 minutes of some of the most painful audio that I have heard in my entire life. 6 minutes of this complete random nonsense that just goes on for 6.5 minutes. This is hardly music. This should not be the things that people put on their, their vinyls and all that. It's not like something inherently bad with experimental songs. Like obviously, like, there's some room for experimenting, but this just sounds bad. And that isn't even the worst song here. You know what the absolute worst song is, and probably the worst song to ever be a Lostwave of all time? Well, I'll tell you. The last place song of December 2024, Svanky Bells by Iva Betova, formerly Harmony Bells. Have any of y'all seen the movie Scrooge from 1970? If you have, you should probably know that one scene, like later on in the movie, where after Scrooge got sent to hell, he's locked in that icy version of the front of his office, and he's chained up in that icy room, and there are rats in there. This song is that scene in song form, kinda. I mean, it makes you feel like you're in there. And no, I'm not talking about in a good way where you feel the atmosphere. No, this song is completely devoid of anything. You want to know how bad this is? I got excited when I heard some percussion in this. I mean, of course, then I completely lost any interest. Like, once that just ended up dragging on a bit. If you decide to ever try listening to this song, then may God give you the courage to finish it. Anyways, my god, this has been going on long enough. I have been recording for 12 straight minutes of just this segment. I need to be done. Let's move on to the good stuff.
Again and again and again and again and again.
September of 2025 is the last month whose winner qualifies for this ranking. This was certainly an interesting month with the solves of a few notable lost waves such as Cast Away From Here, Hope Sadly, and Red Light, as well as the beginning of the Reverb Nation fingerprinting, which will hopefully give us some new solves. But in terms of the actual winner, well, I think I would have preferred Red Light to win. I certainly can't say that Motoring Made Metaphorical by the Locomotives, formerly Again and Again, is a bad choice at all.
Living life in the past and being unique again and again and again and again and again and again and again.
Yeah, this song has quite a lot going for it. It's incredibly catchy, has some great guitar and bass, a good vocal performance, and some mostly well-written lyrics. Overall, this song is just an incredibly catchy jam. I can see why this search was popular enough to be a channel on the Fun My Mind server. It has a standard history of being recorded on the radio in the 90s, which led to the search that didn't really have anything super substantial happen until someone found it using the Words That Song tool. I can definitely see why it took a while for this to be found, especially with an unguessable name like Motoring Made Metaphorical. I mean, it's not the weirdest name ever, considering the same month Red Light was revealed to be a song called Gustav Mahler Lives in Toronto, but either way, it certainly impeded progress on the search. Nevertheless, this song is cool.
Look at the funny face.
February of 2025 was the month with the least amount of solves that qualifies for this list. But despite that, we got a solid selection of songs to choose from. Lo and behold, the song chosen as the winner for this month is none other than Paradise by Jubal, formerly Walking in Paradise.
No sorrow will all be gone. We be walking in paradise. We be talking in paradise. We be living in paradise.
This is just a nice upbeat song that brings me plenty of joy whenever I listen to it. Good vocals, good instrumental that goes perfectly with the vocals, and as a Christian, I think that Needed Guarantee of Love should have won. But aside from that, I honestly really like the fact that a song of this caliber won a Song Elims. It was really close between it and Needed Guarantee of Love and the actual Song Eliminations, but Paradise ended up winning by 1 vote, making it one of the most contested wins, with really only one other competing for that title. We'll get to that shortly. In terms of the search, once again, recorded off the radio, this time with only a snippet that was in very low quality. But then the song was found leading to the full HQ version and this silly album cover which has been memed to death in the Lostwave community. Overall, a great song. It might only be my second favorite solve of the month of February, maybe third since Not Sure What I Should Do is also very good, but the jury is still deliberating on that one. But either way, this song is the best song. Here's when I disagree with. Yep, from this point on, me and the general consensus are actually in alignment in terms of who should have won. Well, let's get to it.
When will the lies end?
July 2025 was a pretty decent month for Lostwave. Admittedly, not a whole lot of super amazing solves happened, especially compared to the month before and the month after. Despite that, we still got some really good solves here. But in the end, the song that won for July 2025 Elims is none other than Don't Get Over Me by Alice Caress, formerly We Tie Ourselves to Lies.
Don't get over me, I won't get over you, and I don't know where. We tie ourselves to.
This song and its solve was pretty cool. We have a relaxing guitar-oriented song with a great vocal performance, giving us a beautiful little song that is great to relax to. And I have a few nitpicks here and there, but nothing that diminishes my enjoyment of this great track. I followed the search for this song for quite a while before its solve, too, making the solve of this song even greater. For those who don't know, the song was originally found on a CD mix of a bunch of other songs, with this being the only unknown. The search gained a decent bit of notoriety, with the song eventually getting a channel in the UMC server, which is probably the most searched for channel in the server for a while, which probably also contributed to the song winning the Song Elims. Eventually, this song got upgraded from UMC channel to Fun My Mind channel, and from there, the song got solved shortly thereafter, since, well, okay, it turns out the song should have been way easier to find considering all that had to be done was go on that MySpace archive thingy and search Don't Get Over Me, and the first result is our song. It was in VN for a short time, but eventually the song was fully confirmed as by Alice Caress, who actually released this and a bunch of his other songs recently. This was a cool solve, and while I did have to think hard on whether I preferred this or To Not Alone, and I do mean hard since Alone by Chris Coney is also a banger, Don't Get Over Me is ultimately my favorite solve of July 2025, as well as a UMC Discord server in general. Despite all the great things I had to say for this song though, there are still 3 more solves that I think were better.
And sorry, can I just go off on a tangent here for a second and say that I don't.
August 2025 was a month with a lot of really cool solves. Like, it was stacked. Really, I just have to name a bunch of particularly notable solves from the month to show how great it was. I Was So Fool in Love, She's a Rainbow, Little Pretty Angel, Something to Say, which was also a UMC channel, Your Looks Are Gone, While Again Is Good, and even a couple of notable VN Lostwaves were declared solved, being Take Me Down to the Sea and Paradise by Michael Saunders, not the Jubal one. That's only a few pretty interesting solves from August, and that's not including my personal favorites, and by a small margin, the UMC Discord server's favorite as well. It's, of course, Eastern Wind by Kainol, formerly Eastern Wind. How do I begin with this one? Well, I suppose I'll switch things up a bit and begin with a search for this. Once again, this song was recorded off the radio back in the 80s, only a 1 minute and 30 second snippet. Eventually, someone compared the vocals in the snippet to the artist Kainol. He would later confirm the song was his upon being contacted, but he didn't have a copy of the full song, so the song was labeled as VN. Yeah, this was another song infamous for being in verification hell for quite a long time. Over a year, actually. For the longest time, this had basically no way of getting solved, and all the discussion was over whether or not just to call the song solved or not. Yeah, things were looking completely hopeless until a miracle occurred. Kainol found a copy of Eastern Wind. It wasn't the greatest quality recording, and we still had to wait an extra month for the full song due to a bunch of different factors, but eventually, Kai gave us the song, and everyone freaked out. It was a beautiful moment that I missed by 7 minutes, and now, all that story is cool and all. But is the song any good? Yeah, duh. What do I need to say? Stunning vocals, great instrumental. It's one of the few covers of a song that I think is better than the OG version. This is a cover of Eastern Wind by Christopher Berg, by the way. Overall, a stellar song. I do think the fact that it is a cover does dog the song down a few points and prevent it from being the runner-up, and it maybe could have been a bit more polished in some areas, but I still love this song. In my opinion, this is the second best solve of 2025. So far anyways, and for a great reason. An amazing song with an amazing story behind its solve. Thank you kind all for giving us this treasure of a song. Okay, one last thing I'll mention is that this was a really close final battle between this and Fool in Love for the win, with Eastern Wind only winning by 1 vote. This time, it was a song I actually preferred to win, unlike Paradise v Guarantee. I've got my soft spot for Fool in Love, and I do really like Wind at Night's other discography as well, but Eastern Wind is still the better song. Anyways, enough of the rambling, let's see what second place has to offer us. For the second ranking video in a row now, the NDR version of Subways of Your Mind by Fex has gotten second place, this time for being the song that won the November 2024 Song Elims. I mean, where else could the song possibly go? As I mentioned, I talked about the song before in the Effect Song ranking I did a while back, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. Yeah, Subways of Your Mind is a banger, great vocals, great instrumental, all around a very good song. However, the thing that I think puts this song so high is its search. If you're watching this, you definitely know all about it. Be honest. If not, go watch that documentary or some random video about the song. I think the song deserves to be so high on this list due to the impact this song had on the entire Lostwave community. Would there even be a Lostwave community if this song wasn't passed around all those years ago? Heck, I probably wouldn't even be talking about Lostwave at all if the song didn't get recorded off the radio all the way back in the 1980s. I was introduced to Lostwave thanks to the first Professor of Rock video on the song back in 2024. Yes, this was the song that introduced me to Lostwave, and probably many others as well. It's for all these special reasons that Subways of Your Mind was often referred to as the mysterious song. The most definitive music mystery that stood the test of time for ages. Frankly, it deserves that title completely. The song itself is great, but nothing about the community, or even myself today, would be the same without this legendary song. Thank you so much, Fresh, for making that song, and all your other music, and to Darius and Lydia for preserving the song online in the first place, and everyone who served for this song. I have a soft spot for other November 2024 songs like My Wandering Fire, but this one is legally required to take the cake. But with all that being said, there is still one more song that's won a UMC Song Elim round that I personally think is by far the best song out of all 12 I have discussed. And if you remember one particular song that got solved in a certain month, and when I placed at the top of an old top 10 video I made, you might know what it is. It wasn't even a contest. I love a lot of the songs on this list, but I knew the moment this song was solved that the number one song on this list had been decided. It is a song that still resonates with me 5 months after it was solved. It's probably even more than that, and probably will for years to come. I am talking about, of course, the winner of June 2025 Metal Doll by Kieska, formerly I'll Give You Life. Way back in December of 2024, I made a video ranking my top 10 Lostwaves we had a full recording of, and at first place was an absolute beast of a song known then as I'll Give You Life. In that video, the only bit of quality I ascribed was merely that it went absolutely hard, which is true, but very surface level. To rectify that, here's a bit more in-depth on this song. Holy crap, are you hearing this, guys? This is probably the best guitar usage in any Lostwave. The vocals are amazing. The song is unrelenting. It pulls out all it has to create an absolute masterpiece of a song. Really, all I can say is listen to it yourself. It is truly a powerful experience that very few songs in general can provide, much less other Lostwaves. Overall, a song so wonderfully crafted deserves the highest of praises and the highest of rankings on this list. And the UMC Discord server agrees with me. Out of the song completely blew out the second place song in the last round. Honestly, I think my enjoyment of this song only grew after the video of mine came out. I grew to love it more and more to the point where even my beloved Nobody's Angel was being given a run for its money in terms of how much I adore it. In terms of the search, it's complicated. Really, in May of 2025, the story behind this song was almost completely changed from what it had been previously. Initially, it was just an unknown song that some What's That Song user had claimed was from an unknown YouTube video, and that was it. After a brand new discovery by Rain, things completely shifted. Now, this was a song that a Newground user called Farazons uploaded to his account back in 2008. A few years later, it was revealed that Farazons didn't make I'll Give You Life, nor any of his other songs he had uploaded. However, multiple people already used the song in multiple videos, with Farazons being credited the artist. Later, we learned that Farazons got most of his songs from the site Musi, a now-defunct Japanese music site. Long attempts at searching eventually led us to someone contacting a guy called Game Music Freak with the slim hope that he may know the artist, and luckily he did. He said it was a track by Kieska, and soon we will learn it was Kieska's song, Metal Doll. After a few minutes and verification needed, an old vlog containing part of Metal Doll's official lyrics were found. The song had officially been solved. The best part about it? Unlike with Eastern Wind, where I had missed the resolution by a few minutes, I was actually there. I was in the Fun My Mind channel when it was moved to solved. I was ecstatic. It was the first solve I had ever witnessed live, and with the exception of Trip Without Reality, it's the only other one I've witnessed live. I still listen to Metal Doll a lot these days, and I still find so much magic in it after all this time. Overall, this is by far my favorite Lostwave solve of all time. There's really only one other song that could compete if it was solved, and that's the aforementioned Nobody's Angel, which probably won't be solved anytime soon, unfortunately, but I'm still holding out hope that both it's solved and that it's not a hoax. But back to Metal Doll, I adore it completely. As of writing this is the only song out of the top 10 full Lostwaves video that has been solved. Okay, it should be 2, since I'd say there's enough evidence for How Can This Happen to be solved as Happened by Goats Don't Shave, but it's technically still in VN according to Q's upload. But regardless, while I'm still hoping more of these can be identified, I'm at least glad the number 1 mystery is finally laid to rest. Also, I like Will of the World, it's a pretty good orchestral intro, but let's be honest, we mainly care about the cool metal part. Yeah, that's about it. The UMC Song Eliminations are a really fun event. They allow us to take all of the successes from the past month and pit them against each other. Even when my favorite song from the month loses, I still have a great time. Anyways, I can't wait for next year to top out Fofo when I inevitably do this video again before the next 12 winners. Also, yeah, this video is really late, like 3 months late. Yeah, this video ended up being way larger than intended, plus I procrastinated the heck out of it. Plus, also a bit of technical difficulties relating to charging the laptop that I used to make these videos. Sorry about that. I hope I won't take as long on anything else I end up working on unless I say so. On that note, be on the lookout for more videos of mine. I still have more planned, even if I end up procrastinating a bit. Anyways, like, subscribe, and check out some of my other videos, and hopefully the Unidentified Media Central Discord server can get its act together and find out of the way already.